What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It is your girl, Yo Diva and Knowledge, Lady Mocha, represent Mocha's Cafe de Paris, where I'm always going to serve you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Big ups to all of my sippers, my subscribers. You know, I see y'all as family. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for still rocking with me throughout this journey, for still being loyal subscribers. Big ups to all of my ladies who have been supporting your girl. I appreciate my sisters out there who love what I do and they appreciate my content. Doubly big ups to all of my guys who has always supported me for the long part or whatever. So I definitely want to appreciate each and every one of y'all for still being loyal to my channel, for still being supportive of me. So moving right along, big ups to everybody in my chat room. If you come in, I do not speak to you. Don't take it personal. I'm trying to process everything that I'm trying to get out for my content. So if I'm not looking down in my chat and acknowledging you, to all of my subscribers, make sure whoever comes in, you show them a little bit of love for me in case I do not acknowledge them. Definitely appreciate it. So big ups to everybody in the chat. Third Ward, we on fire. Mr. Ishmael Thomas and everybody else who's entering the chat. Moving right along, thought it was imperative that I did this particular content pertaining to a young lady, a woman who evidently had a problem with one of my topics that I covered. It was a video. It was a video upload that I did, I would say probably a couple of months ago. And the name of the upload I did is Why Fathers Are Walking Away and Leaving It on Black Women. I did a content on that, basically explaining to Black women why the fathers of their children are not active fathers. And I broke down all of the elements, explaining to Black women why Black men are leaving it all on them to parent the children by themselves. Because the truth of the matter is, a lot of us as Black women, some of us are just very complicated creatures when it comes to co-parenting. Not all Black women are easy to deal with when it comes to co-parenting. And that is what the video was pertaining to. And evidently she got upset about it, and she basically went on a hood rat hiatus, going off in my comment section about who am I to be addressing black women, and who am I to be talking about, single mothers and things of that nature, which is cool because I understand, especially when I talk about these type of topics. Most likely the single mothers are going to get offended, because the truth is, a lot of the topics that I speak on, they know that they do the things that I expose them about. So I get it. What's up, Nolan? I get it. A lot of these sisters, they're going to gun for me to a certain degree, because I'm exposing the hood rat hiatus that is going on out there. What's up, Kayla? And so I don't mind taking the punches, because I'ma still be me. I'ma still talk about single mothers. I'ma still talk about we as black men, we as black women making very poor decisions and expecting sympathy and empathy from the black community. I'm not going to stop talking about it, because the thing about it, if men address it, we're not going to listen if men address it, because we're already going to have the sexist attitude, like he's a man, he don't know what I'm talking, he doesn't know what he's talking about. So what better way for a black woman to call other black women out on their bullshit, because we know how each other move, we know how each other operate. So it is what it is. But anyway, the sister, she got in her feelings, and she went in about me having a comment about single mothers. And the truth of the matter is, whether we want to accept it or not, as black women, we are getting ready to go in 2021, if God has mercy and blesses us to see it, with all of what's been going on with this epidemic and everything. And the problem is, we as black women, we're still not making good decisions at all. We're still not making good decisions. And until we get to a point in which we really come to realization that, until I start making better choices in my life as a black woman, and I stop looking for empathy, I stop playing the victim, I stop looking for a pat on the back every time I make a bad decision, the less chances of me making more bad decisions on top of the bad decisions that I'm already making. So I want to discuss this about how single mothers keep losing. The single mother population has increased significantly. And there's many factors that are contributing to why single mothers are still in a losing battle, and we're still not progressing, and we're still not getting ahead. Now, I would say this content is not for all single mothers. If you are a single mother that's handling your business, you're not going around here looking for sympathy and empathy. You're not around here blaming black men for all of the bad choices you made. You're not around here, depending on the government or the system, to substitute your baby daddy and all of that. Then that's different. I'm not pertaining this to you. But if you are one of these black women that are doing this, if the shoe fits, then goddamn it, just wear it. So I want to talk about this content, for sisters out here who also felt like the sister that I told you about. How single mothers keep losing. The first biggest issue that a lot of black women have is that they don't protect themselves from being single mothers to begin with. That is the first biggest problem with us as black women in the black community. We do not protect ourselves from becoming a statistic when we have so many options. We have so many options. There's no excuse. If you are a single mother, if you are a woman that has multiple children from multiple men, if you choose to have a child from a man that has multiple children from multiple men, a lot of these decisions that we make as black women could be avoided, but a lot of us is lacking what is called the spirit of discernment. What's up, Jay Shine and Queen Mza and Miss Odd? Appreciate you for coming in. A lot of us do not take the proper precautions to avoid becoming another statistics, and there's no excuse, because we as women, we have too many options. We have birth control, we have abstinence, we have the right to choose to become wives versus baby mamas. There's too many decisions There's too many other options other than just opting to resort to being a baby mama. Period. Point blank. The first thing is how we are failing as single mothers is we are not choosing the right men to breed our seeds from. I'm going to repeat that again for those way in the back who didn't hear. Again, the problem with us as Black women, we do not make the right decisions when we choose who to breed our seed from. Now, this is the initial decision that the woman has 100% control over. Because at the end of the day, as I always say, you own your vagina. You are the property owner of your vagina. You have every right to decide who is going to be the father of your child. You as the woman, you make that call. The man doesn't get to choose how he chooses you. You get to choose the man. Okay? Women, we have the power to do that. You have the power to decide who you will have a child from. Okay? That is the first thing. So, the problem with Black women is that we're not choosing the right men to have our children from. Is it the men's fault? No, it is not. Whose fault is it? It is ours. Because all the signs are there if you are dealing with a better ass dude, a better male breeder. The first thing is, I'm noticing a lot of women are having their first child from men who have multiple baby mamas. I cannot phantom for the life of me why you would choose to have a child from a man who has multiple baby mamas and he has never married any of them. Okay? Because just like you got just like you have, women that are irresponsible and have multiple children from multiple men, all of their babies have different last names. You have some dudes that are also irresponsible with their penis. They don't care who they go around and raw dog and have multiple children from. Now, you as a woman, when you are meeting a man who has multiple children from other women, and he has never been married to any of them, he has never had a relationship with any of them, what in the world would make you feel comfortable with laying down on your back and spreading your legs open and letting this guy insert his penis in you that has way more mileages than the 1978 Volvo? What would possess you to feel that comfortable? Do you not realize you are cheating your child from the start? From having him or her from a man who already has multiple children. So that means your child, your son, your daughter, who you chose to have this child from through this better breeder, because that's what I call them. Any man that has multiple children from multiple women, he's a better breeder. Okay? So you choose to get knocked up from this better breeder. Do you realize that your child is going to have other siblings way across town from other women that you may not even get along with, from other women you may not even like? Do you not understand that? You are cheating your child because, let's be frank, when a man has multiple children for multiple women, your child is never going to get that undivided attention that he or she deserves, because he has to spread himself thin between 7 to 8 other baby mamas. Now, this is a decision that we are making as Black women. We are choosing to have children from men who cannot give our kids their undivided attention. Now, if you already have these Pookies and Ray Rays and Nay Nays spread across town, here it is, you choose to have a child from him. Guess what? You're going to have to stand in line and get child support just like the other 8 or 9 other baby mamas. Because the truth is, if he's an average working man and he's working from paycheck to paycheck, he's not going to be able to give your child but so much. And this is where we as Black women, we fail ourselves and we put ourselves in that situation of becoming another statistic due to the fact that we are having children from men that are not that our children are not going to be able to benefit from. And again, who's making this decision? It is us. It is us as the Black woman that's making the decision. Please make sure I get those likes up in the building, y'all. The likes are free. It don't cost anything to get some likes up in here, because I say I got 24 people. But for some of the bitter baby mamas, I know I don't expect a like from y'all, so I'm cool with that. So moving right along. It's the type of men that you choose. And these will be the same type of females that will go around and bitch about all Black men being deadbeats. No, the man you chose is a deadbeat. Don't go around here blaming everybody for your effed up ass decision that you chose. Don't take that out on everybody else. And the thing about it is, a lot of us as women, we will complain and call these men deadbeats, but you knew what he was when you met him. You knew what he was. He already had 5, 6, 7, 8 children and 4 or 5 different baby mamas. How did you not think that he was not going to be a deadbeat to your child? It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. It's common sense, it's discretion. But no, because he looks so good. Just because a man looks good to you does not mean he's good for you. Not only that, the reason why a lot of us as Black women are making poor choices in choosing men to bear children from is too many of us have become digmatized. Y'all have fallen more in love with the man's penis than actually getting to know the man. You learned the man's penis, but you know nothing about him. That is the biggest problem within the Black community, is that sex has tainted a lot of our thinking. Sex has tainted how we reason with things, how we comprehend things. I don't care how many nuts he makes you bust in an hour. My thing is, what else does he have to offer you? And that has been the biggest kryptonite for us as Black women, is that we have become infatuated with the penis, not even overlooking the fact that he is not a man that is qualified to have a child from. What's up, Matt V? What's up, American Negro? Is the imprint that the man put on her Lady Mocha, and how can the woman take the imprint off herself? Absolutely, I totally agree with that. We as Black women have become overly sexualized. We have become overly sexualized, and it has costed us. This overly sexualized, promiscuous behavior has costed us. We have gotten this feminist attitude. What's up, Crown One? I've gotten this feminist attitude where we feel like we can do what men can do. We feel like I can sleep with as many men as I want to sleep with. Hell, men do it. Men can go around and sleep with all the women they want to sleep with. I'm a woman. Why can't I sleep with men the way I want to sleep with men? The truth is, women, we cannot do what men can do because it does not affect them like it affects us. It does not, because when we get pregnant, we're the ones that have to carry the bags. A man can get tired and walk away and say, I don't want to deal with this. And believe it or not, child support, in a sense, is helping more men than it's ruining them, because a man can get to a point to where he say, you know what, fuck it, I'll pay the child support as long as I ain't got to deal with her ass. I will pay the child support just so I can walk away. Men are not letting child support make them feel some type of way anymore. You do got some that feel some type of way about it, but you get some guys that look at it like, hell, that's my escape fee. That's my escape fee. As long as I can pay her something once a month to keep out my ass and just keep out my face, I'll pay her something once a month just so I ain't got to deal with her. And even though a lot of women do not want to admit it, a lot of women who have pushed and fought so hard to get child support, when they finally do get the child support, they realize the child support cannot compensate for everything. And this is where it backfires. This is where it backfires, where you think, okay, I'm going to get him. I'm going to teach him a lesson. Since he's not going to do what I want him to do, and I don't have no other way to gain control or power over him, I'm going to go to the courthouse and I'm going to file child support and get him to pay me child support. Okay, well, once he start paying you child support, there's no other leverage you can use. Because at the end of the day, where men have the ability to continue to keep progressing. Women, on the other hand, because we're the ones left with the bag, we're the ones left with the burden, we're the ones that are having to deal with the majority of the responsibility of being a parent, we are a little bit more limited. A man, you can never really break a man's pockets as long as he has the determination to keep wanting more for himself. If a man has to pay $500-$600 a month for child support, all he'll do is he'll get 2-3 more jobs to compensate for whatever little bit he got to pay. So a woman cannot really destroy a man no matter how hard she tries. She cannot sabotage a man because a man has the ability to keep progressing. The children are not with the men. So guess what? He has the ability. He can work 2-3 jobs. As a woman, as a single mother of 8-9 kids, you cannot do that. You got to go through too much to try to get ahead of the man. And this is another reason why a lot of single mothers, a lot of black single mothers, a lot of them are angry with the men because they thought filing child support was going to was going to cause the man, to diminish, was going to make him suffer, was going to make him, lose out. And he keeps progressing. This is what happens when you try to be malicious and you want to take a man to court for child support. You thinking it's going to hurt him, but you can't hurt a man, not a determined man, not a successful man. He's going to keep climbing. He's going to keep progressing. And the thing is about it is that I know single mothers personally. I know some of these black women that are single moms personally who vindictively and maliciously will try to hurt these men, will try to hurt the fathers of their children, all because the man is progressing, he's doing well, he's successful, he's still not, child support is not hurting his pockets, he's still got a nice home, he's still got nice cars. They're angry about that. They cannot understand. They thought once they got child support that, it was going to rob the man. They was going to take so much from the man that he was not going to be able to progress. Only to find out he's still progressing. Because as I stated, you cannot break a man down who's constantly who's progressing. You cannot break a man down at all. He's going to keep climbing regardless of what. So I still want to make this point, because I know I'm digressing. I'm going different areas. Why single mothers keep losing. As I stated, you're not making good choices in choosing the fathers of your children. Okay. Another reason as to why single mothers keep losing is because a lot of y'all have become very dependent on the system. Y'all have become very dependent on the system, the child support system, the welfare system, housing, food stamps, WIC. The truth of the matter is, if it was not for government assistance, a lot of sisters out here would be homeless. Let's just keep it 100. If it wasn't for the government, a lot of sisters would be out here homeless. A lot of these sisters out here would not be able to feed their children. If it was not for the government, a lot of these women would not have any type of resources to be able to provide their children with. My thing is, if you can't feed them, you don't need to breed them. My thing is, as a black woman, the moment you got to go to welfare, that's already a sign that you couldn't afford that child to begin with. As soon as you come out the hospital, you got to go, and you just gave birth, you got to apply for WIC, you got to apply for food stamps, you got to apply for housing. That child is already in trouble. Now, child support is a separate entity of welfare, Nolan. Child support is money that is collected from the father. Welfare is the food stamps, and its housing is governmental assistance. But they all pretty much under the same umbrella. Kayla, they're popping out babies for profit because they're lazy and don't want to make anything of themselves. Absolutely. And that is the biggest kryptonite for us as Black single mothers. We have learned to use our wombs for profit. We have learned to use our wombs for profit, because that is the child support to me is a broke broad's hustle. Bottom line, it's just a broke broad's hustle. It's a broke broad's hustle. And the thing about it is that when you have to resort to having to make a man support your child, that already lets me know where you lack as a woman, because it never should have to get to that point to where you think about it. Really think about it. You have to go to the courts and file paperwork to make a man be responsible. Now, it's a couple of things that come to mind when a woman has to make a when we as women have to make a man responsible. For one, if you have to make a man responsible, the first thing I think about is, for one, how did you get up with this dude anyway? How did you connect with this dude? Was it a one night stand? Was it like, did y'all have like a friends with benefits type of relationship? What in other words, what was the foundation that you met this dude to begin with for you to have to make him father your child? Because I'm like this. One thing I know, once a man really has love for a woman, she does not have to make him do shit. The man in him, the love he has for her, is going to make him willingly do for her and that child, because he loves that woman and he loves that child. So for you to have to make him, evidently he didn't love you. He couldn't have cared about you when y'all conceived this child together. Now, see, this is the part that a lot of Black women don't want to be honest about, because it hurts. When you really got to get down to the meat, the bone, and when you get past the meat and you got to get to the bone, a lot of these sisters, they're not going to be honest and really say how they got with these dudes. That part they're going to always leave out. Now they're going to tell you he's a deadbeat. They'll tell you that part. They're going to tell you he's a bum ass dude. They're going to tell you he's a loser. They will tell you all the parts of how the man is a no good ass dude. He's a deadbeat ass dad. But she's not going to really go into the elements that she trusted him enough to sleep with him. What's up, JP of New Orleans? What's up? What's up, Jason? Ain't too many sisters gonna tell nobody how they really got with these dudes. Let's be frank. And that's the part where I was gonna go to Olo Demery about the accountability. Absolutely. Accountability has to come at some point. It seems like women are acting as if they have no inner authority. That's only 1% of the planet that has no inner authority. That's the part, that's the avenue that I was getting ready to turn down to. A lot of these sisters not gonna say, I was fucking this dude because basically I wanted him so bad that I thought I was going to be able to manipulate him and by using my vagina into wanting to be with me. A lot of these females still think they have the power with the vagina. They will go to bed with these men because they still feel like if I could put it on him, I can convince him to want to be with me. A lot of these, what's up, Shocky? A lot of these women, they do. They think they could change them with the vagina. Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion really made a lot of us as Black women think we have that walk. And that is the biggest kryptonite. I have to be frank. I have to let all my sisters know this. I don't know what's making y'all think that you have the power with your vagina to make a man be with you. But what y'all not understanding is the weapon you are using between your legs. If that's all you have to offer, you're not going to get far, because guess what? You're not offering something that several other women out there ain't already offering. If you want a man to really see you for who you are, you have to offer something different that other women are not offering. Check note, a lot of women out there is offering the wall. So, but just because you're putting that out there, that is not going to make you stand out and make you be any more different. I know a lot of y'all believe that, but the truth is, it's not going to make you stand out. Now, as I was stating, a lot of these women are not being honest on how they got with these men, on how they got pregnant to begin with. As a woman, you know the deal when this dude is coming to your Section A apartment, 3, 4 in the morning. You know what time it is. A lot of us as black women, we don't want to be honest. You know you've been used as a dumpster collector. You know you've been used as dumpster juice. But you're not going to be honest. You're not going to tell that part. You're going to say the man is the deadbeat. You're not going to be honest and say what part you played in it. You already knew from the beginning what you were when he first got with you. The only time a man could come into your house is after vampire hours, 2, 3 in the morning. You already knew what you were. I have a girlfriend who's a manager over apartment complex. It's a Section A apartment complex, and she be seeing dudes creep in and out of these females' apartments all time of night. Because the truth is, a lot of single mothers have reached a different level of desperation now. They have reached a different level of desperation to where they feel like the vagina is the only thing they can offer to make a man keep interest in them. So these women, you got all these females, they will let these dudes come to their Section A apartment, come to their housing project, and bang their back out 3, 4 in the morning, whatever. You have some women, they have reached this new level of desperation. They are willing to put themselves in a losing situation. But these are the same ones that will turn around and cry victim and say he's a deadbeat. But you was letting him come over there and beat it every chance he wanted. Why? Because you thought as long as you kept laying him, eventually you would be able to convince him to want to be with you. And the thing is, no matter how many times you laid with him, and no matter how many times you've been with him, he still ain't trying to be with you like that. And this is where the anger and the bitterness comes from. As black women, a lot of us keep putting our vaginas out there on a silver platter, and then get mad when we get duped. This is where the angry black woman, that bitterness, this is where it comes from. There's so many black women out there who keep putting themselves out there for free only to not get nothing in return. Whose fault is that? Our fault. Guess what? You put it out there like that, they gonna take it like that. You don't have enough confidence in yourself as a black woman. You don't have enough confidence in yourself as a woman with pride and integrity. Then guess what? You're going to be treated like trash. And a lot of us as black women, we have depreciated our vaginas to the level of trash. Thank you, JP, for the $5 donation. Appreciate you for donating to Mocha's Cafe de Paris. Yep, houses like a trap house. House is so nasty. As soon as you come in the living room, you got to play hopscotch. She got clothes everywhere. She got soggy Pampers everywhere. And I tell you men something. The more trifling the female is, the more fertile she is. So if you're going to meet you a little hyena after the club because you want to get you a little something for the night, I tell you one thing, you better make sure you strap it up because these trifling females are fertile as hell. You get them pregnant just by looking at them. And it is what it is. What's up, Mr. Cum? Mr. Cum says they're getting their backs blown out in the abandoned cars where I'm at. And I can totally agree with that. As I was stating, These women ain't being honest how they met these men. And not only that, what has happened is some of us as black women, we have reached such a no level of desperation. Y'all are even messing with married men. Y'all are messing with married men now. Because the single dudes ain't trying to even check for you like that. So now y'all are messing with the married men. Now I will say it is the man's fault, because if you're a married man, you shouldn't even be stepping out there creeping. But the truth is, a lot of these females, they rather deal with married men because in most cases, most married men are well established. And they're looking at what the married man is offering to the wife, and that is something they desire. So you have a lot of these appetizers, you have a lot of these side chicks that are also getting knocked up because really they want to be in the man's wife shoes. And you as the man of the house, you got to protect your penis and protect your marriage from giving these females an advantage, you know what I'm saying? Of being able to call your wife and cost you to lose your career and things that's important to you. Because these females are on a whole nother level of scandalousness. And you got to be prepared for that. Broke females in the hood always have the most kids. Why is that? That's a simple question. For V, and I'm going to answer that for you. For one, when you're talking about hood females, you're talking about females that are uneducated. Most of them lack morals. Most of them lack common sense. And honestly, most young hood rats been raised by older hood rats, which I like to call us possums. A hood rat is a trifling female under the age of, I would say, 30. Once a hood rat reaches the age of 30 and up, she is no longer a hood rat. She is what's considered a possum. Basically, you're an overgrown hood rat at this point. So you have to realize a lot of these broke females in the hood, they've been raised by other hood rats who have taught them the hood rat American way, the hood way. That's how they've been raised. They've been raised in an environment where they have had mothers that told them, girl, go out there and get the biggest baller you can get. Go out there, get your welfare. Go ahead and get your food stamps. Exactly, Kayla. Generational curse. A lot of black women, the reason why a lot of us are screwed is because of the type of upbringing. A lot of us have been brought up in dysfunctional situations, so dysfunctional circumstances. To all of you men out there, you can learn a lot about a woman just based on the woman who raised her. Meet her mother, meet her grandmother, meet her aunts, meet the women within her family. That'll give you a pretty much a solid a solid indication of what you're going to be dealing with. Because the type of women that influence us has a lot to do with how we think as black women, with how we reason with life as black women. A lot of it has to do with that. Go to a family cookout. Go to a family function. If you go and meet her mother and her mother is 60 years old and wearing Daisy Dukes up her ass and wearing different colors in her hair, like an old prostitute, that already lets you kind of gives you a little sign, okay, you might want to be kind of cautious because her daughter is who she's raising. She's going to, 9 times out of 10, her philosophies and the way she reasons with life, she's going to install those same characteristics and morals within her daughters. You can tell a whole lot about where a black woman is going based on a black woman that raised her. Now, there are some instances where there have been some women that have been raised by some trifling ass black women, and they did go another direction. They did make other choices, but that's rarely. Most of the time, a woman's mindset, the way she's raised, has everything to do with the woman who has given birth to her. Okay? As the saying goes, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. Okay? So back to this issue I had. About these single mothers, how they keep putting themselves in a losing situation. I got to resort back to the point that I made, that a lot of these women aren't being honest how they connected with these guys. Some of these sisters only was a cut friend, and you wonder why the man do not want to connect with the child, because even though as a man he was supposed to be responsible and protect himself, at the end of the day, you as the woman, you supposed to care more about your vagina than the man is supposed to care about your vagina. He's over there for one reason and one reason only. You, on the other hand, if you know you really want a relationship, you want to be wife material or whatever the case may be, why are you opening your legs and opening your home to a man that has not showed any type of commitment to you, has not displayed any type of love for you, yet you felt comfortable enough to go on the raw with the man who never even tried to build anything with you. This is how a lot of us as black women keep putting ourselves in losing situations. It's not the man's fault. It's our fault because of who we choosing. These are the dudes y'all want. And then when you do get a guy that's good and got morals, come from good families, these are the guys y'all don't want. These type of guys are corny. These type of guys are lame. These type of guys are, you consider them like simps. The guys that try to treat you like you're a woman, that try to treat you like a lady, because the truth is, some women their psyche is damaged based on the fact that they have been with too many trifling ass dudes. So when they do get a good dude or a dude that's of value that tries to have something with them, she does not know how to respond to that. She does not know how to take on to that because that's foreign to her. And that's the biggest problem for a lot of us as black women. We have been tainted by being involved with so many trifling ass dudes. When you do meet a decent one, you don't know how to treat them, because you have made yourself programmed to dealing with thugs, to dealing with hood dudes, to dealing with builder bums. You have made yourself accustomed to that. So when a man comes to you with common sense, with morals, you can't receive that, because you've already been tainted. A lot of us as black women, we have been tainted by the hood dudes, the thugs, because he know how to knock you upside your head and make you come at the same goddamn time. And you find that shit fascinating. They want the good man after they got ran through. Yeah, and that's a good point, Jason. And that's the unfortunate part. A lot of these women, when they have been when they have been all over town like an Uber driver, now they are ready to settle down and want to be somebody's wife. You know why? Because they done tried everything. They done had everything. Hell, with everything I had them, there's nothing else left but to be a wife at that point, because you done been all over the place. You done been had by every Tom, Dick, and Keyshawn. And guess what? There's always going to be that one simp dude that's going to take a chance and take her on. And I did this. A lot of you guys, if y'all did not know, I did content a couple of weeks ago on how the single mother will win you over. Make sure y'all check that out, because a lot of these single mothers now, they doing all type of manipulative things to try to get a man interested in them. And let me tell you something. A lot of these single mothers, I'm going to be frank with you guys, they are good. They are good at what they do. How you think some of these guys who have no children, they end up with these single moms? A lot of these single mothers, they know how to manipulate to get these men to be interested in them. Because one thing about the single mothers, I'll speak on that a little bit, even though I already did content on it before. But I'll speak on that. A lot of these single moms, they know they got to do something different. They have to step their game up to make a man be interested in them, because they already know they're going to come to a man as a full package deal. They already know that. So a lot of these single moms, if you're a man and you can't read in between the lines, she's going to find a way to get you under her spell. These single mothers know they got to go the extra mile to keep you interested. They know that. What's up, Epics? They know they got to go the extra mile. These single mothers, they will cook for you. Okay, they know how to do all the things that a lot of these single women ain't doing. Cause let's face it, a lot of single women be on the go. They got careers. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that. And I don't want to sound biased, but a lot of single women really don't have that, nurturing thing going on with them, because you have to realize single women don't have children. They don't have nothing to nurture. You feel me? So single women, they got their careers, they got their businesses. So single women are going to be kind of selfish because they don't have children. They don't have anything to be responsible for, if that makes sense to y'all in here. The single mother is used to nurturing, is used to caring. She does that naturally for her children. So she's going to do that to you as a man. If you come like I'm going to use third ward as an example. For instance, third world is a nice looking guy. He's single. I'm sure he has a good career and all this other stuff. A single mother knows if she meets a man like him, she's got to really, really put in work to make him, to convince him that she is the ideal woman for him. So she will cook for him. She will bring him dinners to his job. She's going to do all the shit that a single woman ain't going to do. You feel me? Because like I said, single women, it's not so much that single women are selfish. We just not used to having to really care for anybody but ourselves. The single mother knows the tricks to make a man feel desired. I'm going to let y'all marinate on that for a second. Because I know I'm talking a lot, but I don't want y'all to miss any of my points. The single mother knows how to stroke your vulnerable, low self-esteem ass ego. Because we got some men with low self-esteem. Let's not act like we don't, okay? These single mothers ain't picking up these dudes for nothing. She's going to know how to make you feel comfortable because she's used to being responsible for things. She's used to cooking for her kids, so she's going to cook for you. She's used to taking care of her kids, so she's going to take care of you. She's used to nurturing for her children. She's going to nurture you. And if you're the kind of man you're not used to being nurtured, you're not used to being pampered, that's going to feel like something you like. Damn, I know she got 9 kids, but damn, she making me feel like a man. I know she got Pookie, Ray Ray, JJ, Kiki, Nene, and Tiki, but damn, she really making me feel like a man. You know why? Because she knows she got to do something different to make you even be interested and even pursuing her. I'm going to have a lot of single moms mad with me today. I'm saying, yeah, Kayla, she mad top Raymond for them babies and you. Let me tell you something. Them single moms, they know how to make you feel right at home, okay? They know how to make you feel right at home. Because again, she knows she's used to being responsible for other people. So it's kind of like being a salesman. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like you being a salesman at a dealership. You got to convince this customer to really buy into your product. You feel me? And that's what these single mothers have to do. They already know they already know they to the bottom of the totem pole. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just being frank. When you got excessive responsibilities, nobody wants to deal with you. And it's not to knock the single moms, because you got some single moms out there, they handle their business. And guess what? The single mothers, y'all don't have to be offended by this content. Trust me, it's still going to be a simp out here who's going to disregard everything I say, and they're going to marry you anyway. They're going to have children from you anyway. So don't let women like me or other content creators make you get in your feelings. Because somebody's still going to marry you. Somebody's still going to give you an extra baby on top of the 9 babies you already got. For every single mom, there's a simp. For every simp, there's a single mom. So you don't have to get upset. Somebody's going to be with you. Trust and believe. You don't have to come over here in my chat talking crazy or leaving little nasty comments. Somebody's going to be with you. I haven't been posting y'all comments. My apologies about that. Single women can't trap men with child support. Absolutely. Absolutely. But like I said, that's where you men have to be careful at, because like I said, a lot of men don't want to deal with independent women, don't want to deal with single women, but you got to look at both sides of the spectrum. The single woman is used to being selfish and used to being cocky, and she's arrogant because all she has is herself. Okay, like I said, she ain't got to take care of nobody else. The single mother is going to be more humble because she don't have many options. What's up, Kevin King? Why don't fat women date fat men? Y'all asking some hellified ass questions up in here. Well, I will answer to the best of my ability, because anybody in my chat, I'm gonna try to answer your question to the best of my ability. There's nothing technical to that. Fat women don't want fat men. They want skinny men. And guess what? It's the skinny men who are choosing to be with these fat women. Do you understand the struggle? Fat people cannot be together. Do you understand the struggle? She lived for her stomach. He lived for his stomach. That will really complicate a relationship. I don't recommend a fat woman being with a fat man. Y'all are going to be arguing over who gonna get the last biscuit, who gonna get the last chicken wing. That's very complicated. I don't think two big people should be together. Y'all gonna catch hell trying to find a bed at a furniture store that can handle the both of you. I don't recommend that. They say opposites attract. Big people don't need to be together. I mean, y'all laughing, but I'm just being frank. Do y'all understand the struggle? Y'all not really looking deep into the situation. A skinny dude, he could easily find it. He ain't gonna have no problem accessing going between those Toyota Tundra truck thighs. He's not gonna have a problem sliding his skinny ass in between them big old Toyota Tundra truck thighs. He's not gonna have a problem. Now, how you gonna have a dude that's built like a Ford F 450, 350? You gonna have him trying to slide in another 350? That's not gonna work. Y'all know why two big people can't be together. I don't have to explain the dynamics of that. It's not gonna work. Do you realize the heat? They'll cause a fire. Oh God. All that friction, all that friction is gonna cause a goddamn fire. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me get back to the lesson at hand. Let me get back to my lesson at hand. I apologize to my plus size women and my plus size brothers in the chat if I offended you with that comment. My apologies. I'm just having some fun here. Disregard that. Don't take it personal. I joke and I clown a lot. I'll just leave it at that. Back to this issue, because I know I'm digressing. I don't want to lose focus on what we're talking about. It's about how these single mothers keep losing. Single mothers, this is another thing. Single mothers are losing because really the fathers of their children cannot deal with them. The fathers of their children cannot deal with them. Let's just face it. Some of us as black women, we are complicated to deal with. I'm a black woman and I can't deal with certain black women. I'm just being frank. I'm a black woman and I cannot deal with other black women myself. My circle is very small. I don't really deal with a lot of black women. And it's not that I hate black women or I'm racist or something like that. But I've had too many issues with black women. Black women were just competitive creatures by nature. It's a lot of issues with us. But I'm cool with some of them. For the most part, some of them I'm really cool with, but some black women, what's up, Sosa? Didn't see you in there. And Haitian Fab. Who else I'm missing? Steve Austin. What's up, y'all? A lot of dudes, I did content on this. A lot of men have had to walk away from co-parenting when it comes to dealing with black women. And I understand it. I have brothers, I have uncles. And it's not that a lot of black women are getting it mistaken that black men don't love their children. A lot of black women think black men do not love their children because they don't come around to see their kids. They don't interact with their kids. They don't get involved with their kids. And the truth is that it's not that black men don't love their children. They just don't want to deal with the hateful black woman in order to get involved with their children. That is the problem. And a lot of black women are mistaking it for, okay, he don't love his child. He don't want nothing to do with his child. He's a deadbeat. No, he wants nothing to do with you. He cannot deal with the child because he has to deal with you. You are complicated. You are a drama queen. You are going to try to make it more personal between you and him than to make it about the child. So what has happened is a lot of black men have gotten to the point where they have just given up on us as black women because they are tired of the chaos, the fiasco. Some men cannot call their baby mamas without getting a third degree. He's calling to check on Junior or little Kiki. She wants to argue about shit from 2 years ago. Black women single mothers, they do not know how to keep the focus on the child. They want to know, well, why did you marry her and didn't marry me? Or why you said you was going to be engaged to me 2 years ago and you didn't get engaged to me? Or it's always something other than a child. And that's the thing. What a lot of women have to understand is you and your child is not a package deal. Y'all are not a package deal. Y'all are not a package deal. He does not have to be with you in order to be with the child. He does not have to deal with you to deal with the child. He does not have to be with you to be with the child. It's gotten to the point where if a man wants to come and pick his kids up for the weekend, she wants to ride in the car with them. You know this man is married. You know this man has a fiance. You want to be a part of everything he does. And it shouldn't have to be that way. He should be able to be a part of his child's life and without having to intervene with you. Let me see. What does it mean when a man doesn't deal with his kids while you're drama free in a new relationship? Well, to answer your question, Nicole, there are some men out there, and that's why I say it's always an exception. I'm speaking on the minority, not the majority, not the minority. The truth is, you do have some men out there that are deadbeats. You do. I can't excuse all of them. You have some men out there that are deadbeats who just don't give a damn about their kids. That's just the straight up truth. You just got some men, they will make kids, but they don't want to take care of them. Not only that, you have some dudes that are very petty. You got some dudes that can be very feminine like women sometimes. They'll get mad because you with a new man, you married, you got a new husband. You got some men, they'll get they'll get petty like women sometimes. You do have some men that are petty creatures where they just do not want to be involved with their kid because they feel like you doing better than them, or you progressing and they're not. So there are some exceptions to the rules. You do have some petty ass dudes out there. You do have some deadbeats. That is the truth. or whatever. So I will say that. But what I'm speaking in terms of today is how these single mothers are constantly losing. So that's just something you have to always keep in mind. Um, you have a lot of these single moms, they don't know how to separate co-parenting from their own personal feelings. This is why single mothers keep losing. But these are the same women that'll turn around and lie and will say, well, he don't care about his kids. He don't love his kids. He don't ever call me and ask when can he get his kids. He don't call and ask you because he knows when he calls and asks you is going to be confrontational. And if this man is in a relationship or if he wants peace in his life, he's not about to go through all of the drama just so he can be a part of his kid's life. And a lot of black women, they have to stop doing that. They contradict themselves. A lot of us as black women, we will contradict ourselves. We will tell these men, we want you to be a part of our kids' life. We want you to come around. We want you to be more involved. We will tell these black men that. And when these black men come around, and try to get involved, you lose all focus because you're looking at the new vehicle he's driving. You worrying about the new truck he got. You worrying about the new fiance or the new wife he got. You worrying about the new house he just bought. You lose focus when this man comes around you and you see that he has nice things. You see that he has nice, he's growing, he's progressing. All of the focus about the child is out the window. Now you want to know, oh, well, how can you afford this brand new truck and you only paying me $300 a month for child support? Well, how could you afford to only pay me X amount of child support, but I see you brought yourself a new house. I see you brought yourself, you started a new business. This is the problem. This is where single mothers start losing because now you're not making it about the child. You're too busy focusing on what he has, and you think that whatever he gets, you're supposed to get. The nerve of some of us as black women, we think whatever the man gets for himself and his wife, we're supposed to get that because we're the mother of their child. There's a difference, boo. You're the mother of his child. You're not his wife. You're not his fiance. Stop worrying about what this dude is doing for his wife, what he's doing with his new life. That has nothing to do with you. Long as he's taking care of your child and he's sending in his payments like he's supposed to, stop worrying about how he's living his best life. As a woman, focus on you living your best life. Don't get threatened by what he's doing. Get inspired. Start making some boss bitch moves. Open your own business. Get you a good job. Go back to school. Get your college degree. That's the problem. As black women, we always focusing on the wrong stuff. We focusing on the wrong things. While you keeping up with his pockets, you could be making your pockets grow. You over here worrying about whenever he gets your kids, he's taking your kids on the best of trips. He's buying your kids the best of things. Why are you jealous? And that's another thing. We have some black women, they are jealous what a man does for his kids. What difference does it make? As long as your kids are benefiting, that is all that should matter. But this is how single mothers keep losing. They're not focusing, they're not keeping they focus on the right place. Um when if not with her, she makes two now. You can't see the kids. Like if I don't have her, I can't have my kids. You have some women that are paid like that, Thomas. Again, you got some women, it's a package deal. If you don't want them, they're not going to let you have the kids without you wanting them. And that is when you have to take things to another level. You have to take things to the courts. You might have to take things legally because honestly, you cannot reason with a bitter woman. You can't reason with a bitter woman. I tell most men, if you are dealing with a baby mama that's bitter, don't try to reason with her and make agreements with her on your own because she's going to keep changing. She's going to keep reneging. She's going to keep, depending on what she's going through, she's going to be in and out with you. You never want to make agreements with a bitter baby mama because she's going to keep making the rules and changing stuff as she want to. Um, Haitian says some of these dudes be in their feelings. They don't have a positive male role model teach them how to register their feelings as a man. I totally agree with that. That's knowledge. You do have some dudes. I say this, you have a lot of dudes out here who act just like the black women they complain about. I will say that again. You got a lot of black men out here who act like the black women they complain about. They petty, they argumentative, um, they're combative. You got some soft dudes out here that don't know, you know what I'm saying, how to deal with their emotions as a man. And that's just the God's honest truth. Some of these men have been raised by their single mothers, or some of them had, or some of them didn't even have a mother. Some of them who lost their mothers at a young age and didn't have a grandmother, didn't have an aunt, didn't have some type of female influence or whatever. They don't know how to deal with women. Or if they didn't have no type of masculine guidance, all they had was their single mama to raise them, and a single mama was bitter and hostile and combative. He's going to adopt all his bitter baby mama, his bitter mama character traits. We have a lot of that in the black community. Let me see, reading the rest of y'all comments. Exactly, Kevin King, is better to want your own family. I agree with you. And I don't blame you. Anybody who's going to deal with women who have multiple children, you're going to have your work cut out for you. And what's going on is I'm starting to notice a lot of men are slowly but surely getting involved with single mothers, because the single the single women out here, their demands are going to be a little higher. I'm gonna just keep it real. Single women, independent women, their demands are going to be a little higher. They're going to expect you to come to the plate with all kind of things. These single mothers, they spare a little bit more leniency because they know they don't have it like that to be choosy. So a single mother will accept your faults and flaws better than a single woman will. And this is how a lot of you men get baited by these single moms. They know how to finesse. Yeah, that's the word. They know how to finesse you into feeling comfortable with them. What's up, Nine Heart? Crown One says they didn't have fathers in the home. My daddy didn't play that. We had to get married. Yes. And I would. This is another point I want to bring up. How single mothers keep losing. Single mothers keep losing because they're not allowing the fathers to play an active role in the child's life. It's too many single mothers out here. They're too busy worried about um doing them, and they're too busy worried about what they're not getting out of the situation, that they are willing to deprive their children of having a solid connection with the father. Okay, a lot of that is going on, with single mothers, and this is the reason why a lot of them cannot grow. And for one, I'm a correctional officer. I work in a facility with a lot of these young, troubled black men who are constantly getting arrested and incarcerated for making bad decisions in the streets, for either murdering somebody, for armed robbery. A lot of these young black males coming to my facility committing very heinous and serious offenses that's giving them these long, excessive life sentences. A lot of it has to do with a lot of them are raised in single mother households. A lot of these black women who want to possess their children, they really can't do anything with them. A lot of these single black mothers, they have no control over their children. They let their children do whatever the hell they want to do. Now, I will say, if it doesn't apply, you don't have to reply. You got some single mothers, they don't play that shit. They're going to keep you in line. I was raised by a single mom. She didn't allow us to do what we wanted to do. But at the same time, she did allow our fathers to be active in our lives. We went to our fathers every weekend. We went to our fathers during the summers. So my mom did not take her personal frustrations out to where we got deprived from having a solid relationship with our fathers. But a lot of black women are doing that. And the thing is, they want to control. I noticed that a lot of these sisters, they want to control their kids by being a primary parent to have custody over them, but they have no control over them. Do y'all not realize that a lot of these children, these young black children, these young black males, they talk to their mamas like trash? Their daughters, they can't do nothing with their daughters. Their daughters talk to them trash like trash. Some of these single mothers have no control over their household. And this is why the correctional facility is overcrowded with young black men. The majority of them come from single parent households. Most of them who resort to gangs and violence, single parent households. A lot of them, when you meet their mother, it will make perfect sense to you how a lot of these kids end up in prison. I know a young man personally who is going to be serving a life sentence in prison for murdering another young man. Now check this out. I know his mother because his mother is very trifling. She's one of those women who, still be out in the streets, still like to go to the club, still like to do her. She's always on Facebook posting thought pics. She's one of them type of females, okay? Her son ended up getting out there because in getting into the streets because she was so consumed with doing her. And you have a lot of us as black women, we get so consumed with doing us that we lose track of our kids. And that's what happens. He got out there on her. He started getting involved in all type of things. He became a parent at the age of 15, which was the first issue that happened. Not only he became a parent at 15, a year later, he ended up shooting another young man who came from a prominent family. He killed another young man who had both his parents. And you can tell the way the young man he murdered carried himself. The young man was well dressed. The young man was a football player. He had way more going for him than he did because his single mother, she didn't put nothing into him. So he went out in them streets angry. He went out in them streets hostile. He went out in them streets looking for a target because he was already angry. And I did content on this too. I did content on black women that are raising their young black men to be angry. Because the truth is, you got a lot of black single mothers that are raising their daughters and their sons to be angry because they're not giving them hardly anything. When you got 5, 6, 7 kids, you can't get in the best of everything. So these kids go out here into the world jealous of other kids who got more than them. Not only that, a lot of these single mothers, they're not giving these children any wisdom, any knowledge. They're not teaching them anything. So a lot of them go out there into the world having to teach themselves. And when the streets start teaching you stuff versus your parents teaching you stuff, that's where you start going wrong. So when he ended up in jail and prison for murder, I wasn't surprised because he had one of them trifling ass women that one of them trifling ass mothers who did her. She was too busy trying to find her man. She was too busy being up in the clubs. She was too busy doing her. You have a lot of single mothers, as much as they brag about their kids, as much as they quit to go file for child support for their kids, a lot of these women, they do not take care of their kids like that. And the court systems do not see that. The court systems will give these trifling ass females, they will give them primary custody of these children. And the only way the father ends up getting custody of the children, the mother has to get into a really bad situation. She got to get strung out on drugs. She has to get in something very severe for defects to get involved and say, okay, she's unfit. These children need to be with the mothers of the fathers of the children. The court systems don't see that. The court system is very biased. Why some single mothers talk? What's up, AA? Why some single mothers talk bad about the father, but sometimes have meals together with the father? The kids also know the father does not bother about the mom or any of the kids. The kids know it. Basically, a lot of females do this. It's just called manipulation. You have some females that are very manipulative. They will sit up there and talk to the fathers like they good with you. They'll hold conversations with you. They'll act like they friends with you, like they want to be on the best of terms and co-parenting with you. All is just simply to manipulate you to just go behind your back and talk trash to the kids about you. Again, this is just another bitter baby mama tactic. where she has to badmouth you behind closed doors, all because she that is her way of manipulating the situation. That way she can be cool with you, but at the same time she wants to have the advantage of being able to make you look bad in front of the kids. And the bad part about it is the kids know she's being phony. I know somebody who been in a situation like that. They where the mother of their child, he thought him or her was cool. They will have lunch together. His wife didn't have a problem with them communicating for the sake of the kids. And she would have the audacity to go behind his back and tell the kids all kind of stuff. And basically, she was just miserable. A lot of these single mothers, they are miserable. It does not matter how much you try to get along with them, how much you do for them, how much you try to be cool with them. Some of these single mothers, they just bitter. It's just bitter. It's just straight bitterness. It's just straight maliciousness. So you got to be prepared for that. Another thing is how these single mothers keep losing. I notice a lot of women that are in a bitter place. They try to convince other women to be in a bitter place. That's why I tell black women, we as black women, you have to be careful who you get your advice from, who you get counsel from. A lot of black women out here, they want everybody to support their fuckery decisions. That's the reason why you have a lot of single mothers. They're going to get offended by this content because I'm not co-signing, I'm not enabling their decisions. um Most black women only are going to support people who support their fuck views. If you're going to make them feel good about their bad decisions, most sisters will support other individuals who will support their bad choices. Like, if I was doing content that it's okay to be a single mom, it's okay to sleep with all kind of dudes in a raw. If I did content about all black men are deadbeats, I would have sisters all over it because it supports their narratives. People only want to go to places that supports their narratives. And the problem with a lot of us as black women, this is why we can't grow. This is why we can't get ahead, because we want to only learn from people that's going to support our narratives. No matter how damaged our narratives are, no matter how screwed up our mindset is, we only want to support people that's going to make us feel good about our bad choices. If I was on a hating baby daddy campaign, I would have sisters flocking over here. I would have sisters litting up my chat room. If I just talked about black men are no good, if I talked about, black men are deadbeats, you have women that support stuff like that. And that's what they want. They want other females to support that as well. And the moment you're against supporting their narratives, you go against their narratives. A lot of them have a problem with it. So people are only going to go where people's going to support their narratives. Once you go against the narratives that they're not in support of, they're not going to support you. And that's just the bottom line. For instance, you have some men, they're not going to support black women simply because they're black women. Even if that black woman is caping for black men, they're not going to support her because in their mind it's like, oh, she's another black woman. I don't want to hear nothing she got to say. When sometimes, you got some sisters out here who knows the game that a lot of these sisters be on, and they try to school other brothers about it. And a lot of these guys, they don't want to get schooled about it. You know what I mean? So because it's coming from a black woman, you know what I mean? But the thing is, all black women do not support all black women. It's this myth that black women will support other black female fuckery, and that's not true. All black women do not support other black female fuckery. Only black females who participate in fuckery support fuckery. That's the difference. I have to be one of those sisters that participate in fuckery. If I don't participate in fuckery, I'm not going to have sisters who do fuckery follow me. It's as simple as that. Let's see, and he doesn't call and check on my son, but he always wants me to go out places with him. Yeah, he has other motives, Nicole. It's not about y'all son, evidently. He has other intentions. Um Olo says the mother was angry and scorned at birth. The mind of the mother affected children from the womb. Oh, absolutely, Olo. That's definitely deep knowledge. You dropped some jewels on that. As mothers, we have a big influence over how we program our children to think. A mother has the influence to program her children to resent the father until that child becomes old enough to see, you know what, my mom been giving me the wrong information. Eventually, that child will get to see that mother's true colors for what it truly is, and that would change their mindset. That would change their whole intake. So, women who try to manipulate their children, they're only going to be able to do it for but so long, because eventually that child is going to get old enough to see the difference. Now, you do have some children, they can be manipulated for the rest of their lifetime, and because I think that's something rapper 50 Cent is actually one who's gone through that. He does not have a relationship with his son now because of the mother. 50 Cent and the mother do not get along, and because of that, 50 has a very strained relationship with his son. And he does not have a connection with his son. And I honestly think, a lot of people are giving 50 Cent a hard time. A lot of people are calling 50 Cent a deadbeat. A lot of people are dragging 50 Cent through the mud, but I don't really think, even with his thug mentality and his, at times he could be pretty mean towards black women with the comments he makes about us. But I really don't think he's that shitty of a father as his son, his first son, and his son's mother made him out to be. I really don't think he was that bad of a guy. I just think when 50 started holding back on the funds and stopped kicking out all kind of money, that is when 50 Cent baby mama, that is when her hate became even strong for them. You want to piss a black woman off? Want to piss a single mother off? Stop giving her money. She's going to make you out. What's up, CC Rose? She's going to make you out like the most trifling guy on this planet. Don't give her no money and see what you get. And I think that's what happened with 50 Cent. I think as long as 50 Cent was supplying his son's mother with the lifestyle, I think everything was all good. But once she backed up from that, once 50 started saying that, you know what, now she's taking advantage. Now every time I turn around, she's asking for more money. She wants more. Yeah, his son name is Marquise. He wants more. She wants more money. She wants more of this. She wants more of that. He started holding back on her. He stopped kicking out all kind of money. He loves and takes care of that second son because the mother of the second son don't give him a hard don't give him a hard time. She don't challenge him on anything. And you know what, a lot of sisters are mad about that. A lot of sisters are angry that 50 Cent is not close to his first son, Marquise. They feel like 50 Cent give too much attention to the second son he had from I think what she's Korean or Japanese. I know her name is Daphne Joy. A lot of sisters was looking at it like a colorist type thing. Oh, he's only close to him because he's light skinned and got curly hair and this and that. I don't think none of that. As a woman, I look at things from all kind of angles. I've never looked at things. I don't have tunnel vision. You cannot have tunnel vision. I think what happened was 50 Cent got close to that second son because that other woman, she don't take him through all of what Marquise, his first son Marquise, will his mama take him through. She don't do all that. I'm sure 50 Cent breaks Daphne off her money. I'm sure he gives her money. He gives her child support. I've never heard Daphne in the news badmouth 50 Cent. But I heard Marquise' mom badmouth 50 Cent several times. Look at the whole thing. Let's not have a tunnel vision. Yeah, he take care of that second son because that baby mama, she ain't bothering him like that. Now, Marquise' baby mama, she's had a whole lot to say. 50 Cent's son even became cool with 50 Cent nemesis Floyd Mayweather. And I really honestly think the reason why 50 Cent and his son, they're not close, because they both are so much alike. 50 Cent's son, not only he looks like him, but he's just like him. 50 not going back down, and his son not going back down. It's like putting gasoline with fire. Neither one of them are going to back down. But yeah, but everybody want to make 50 Cent like this evil villain, and I'm sure he done did some. I'm not gonna say he ain't do nothing wrong. He done did some. I'm sure he done did some a couple of messed up things, but um, you know, the mother of his son, she tarnished that relationship him or her had. She tarnished that. And I think what happened is 50 Cent's son has adopted all his baby mama's, all of his mother's bitterness. He has a full hand. A lot of these children, the reason why they cannot get close to the fathers is because these women have programmed the children to hate their dads, until these kids either fall out with the mama. And in some cases that happens. When these kids get older, they start seeing their mama for who they truly are, because what 50 Cent baby mama don't understand is, as he gets older, he's going to be dealing with black women just like her. A lot of these sons, a lot of these single mothers, y'all sons who y'all are raising to hate their black daddies, y'all raising them to adopt y'all hate, to adopt y'all resentment. What you got to realize is, one day these young men are going to have to deal with women just like y'all. And then sooner or later, they'll start to understand why their father probably couldn't deal with you. Better is to have no children and have virtue, for the moral thereof immortal, because it's known with God and with men. Absolutely, Kevin King. Of course, a lot of fraud is going on, and that's going to always be. That's why before you sign your name on any dotted line, if you're not sure, it's always better to get a child tested. And if a mother does not want you to test the child, that already lets you know she got something up her sleeve. Because if a mother wants to get child support, she's going to let you test her child. Period, point blank, because she gonna want that income. So if she coming up with all kind of excuses for you not to test that child, that's already a red flag. But yeah, a lot of this is how, I know I went different directions today, but I wanted to really get this content out about how single mothers keep losing. A lot of us are losing. A lot of single moms are losing. I'm not a single mom, but I've seen what other women do to put themselves in that predicament. It's another thing. It's a lot of women out here. They're coaching other black women the wrong way. You have some sisters out here that are promoting black women to be single moms. You got a lot of sisters out here caping and encouraging and pushing black women to be single mothers. It's women out here that are saying you don't need a man to raise your child. There are women out here that are saying you can do it by yourself. You don't need a man. All you need is your child support. All you need is the government. You don't need to be married. It's okay to just be a baby mama. It's so many of black women out here promoting these fuckery narratives and trying to encourage other black women to make the same poor choices they made, because again, misery likes company. Exactly, CC Rose. Exactly. Like I said, if you know that's the father of your child, you're not going to buck a DNA test, because you already know it without a shadow of a doubt. You have to be careful, because you got sisters out here caping and telling other black women it's okay to do it by yourself. You don't need anybody. Me, on the other hand, I would rather try to tell black women, avoid even getting yourself in this situation to begin with. Why do we want to wait till damage is done to try to teach other black women? Now you want to teach black women how to be single mothers and raise a child on their own. Now you want to teach black women how to do it by themselves. Why not teach black women from the beginning? These young black women that are coming up, why not teach them how to prevent getting themselves in these situations to begin with? Why not teach that? It's not enough sisters. I don't see enough sisters on YouTube, in the YouTube sector. None of them are telling other black women how to avoid being single mothers, how to avoid just being a baby mama. Nobody's not preaching that. You know what we're preaching? We're preaching how to be a gold digger, how to secure the bag. We're teaching all of these immoral, narratives that's causing black women to constantly be put in bad predicaments. I agree, Kevin King, absolutely. And so, it's because of that. This is the reason why a lot of us as black women, we continue to fail, because we want to only learn from people that are going to support our narratives. We don't want to learn from people who have made better decisions than us, who have done better than us. We don't want to learn from them type of people because it reminds us of our failures. And I've said this before in my other content, and I'll say it again. The problem with us as black women, when we realize we have gotten ourselves in predicaments that we cannot change, what we do is we just learn to celebrate the struggle. For instance, it's a lot of women out here who are single moms who got 3, 4 kids from multiple men because they know they cannot change it. They know they can't go back and reverse it. They just learn to celebrate the failure. Yes, I'm a single mom. I'm mom and dad. That's something to be proud of. You proud to be the mom and the dad. You proud of having to support these children all by yourself. You proud of having to stand in the welfare line. You proud of having to go talk to child support workers to get these men to cooperate, because when they had these children from you, they wasn't in love with you. They wasn't in a relationship with you. And this is usually the case 9 times out of 10. This is how come a lot of black women become single mothers, because a lot of these children are being produced in lust. They're not being produced in love. They aren't. A lot of these children are not being conceived in love. A lot of these children are being conceived through Hennessy, through weed, through the backseat of somebody's car, at the Roach Motel 6, in somebody's Section A apartment. A lot of these kids are not being brought here out of love. And this is the reason why we have so many problems within the black community, because sex is being used as a game. If people knew how powerful sex was, they wouldn't be going around here giving it to anybody. And women, we are the gatekeepers. We hold the key. We hold the key, and the problem is, because we don't have respect for ourselves, we've allowed too many men to have too much access to our bodies, too much access to our spirit. And that is your fault as a woman, because as I stated before, women, we have control over our vaginal area. We decide who to let in and who not to. And it's too many men being introduced. Too many men are being introduced to our vaginas. Y'all are introducing too many men. Too many men are visiting your vagina more than they are visiting the damn All-Star game. And you wonder why a lot of these men do not have any respect for us these days. And we're going around celebrating the vagina. We're talking about WAP. We're going around celebrating it, but we are celebrating something that we don't have any respect for. You're inviting everybody in it. If you're not inviting everybody in it in your bedroom, you're inviting everybody to it through your OnlyFans account. You're inviting everybody through your Instagram. You're inviting everybody through your Facebook account, because you don't feel like you have anything else to offer. And in most cases, if a woman has to keep parading her vagina and her assets, 9 times out of 10, that is all she have to offer. And any of the men who lay up with these type of women, they end up regretting it. because these are the same type of women that make their life a living hell, because you didn't get to know her for what type of broad she was. All you looked at was the big assets and the big titties. That's all you looked at. You didn't look past that. So you let the head downstairs think for the head upstairs, and now you have a child from this woman and you can't stand her. You hate her guts. You know why? Because you didn't take the time to get to know her for who she truly was before you trusted to go on her raw. Because also men have to also take accountability. The more good she looks, trust me, the more she's been had. You ain't the only brother who notices how fine she looks. Several other brothers notice how fine she is. Then you also cannot go by looks anymore, because it's not only the unattractive women that are easy and loose. You got these attractive women that are easy and loose. It's not just the black women that are easy loose. Now you got some of the white women. The white women are catching up with the sisters. You got these snow bunnies out here. Look at Scottie Pippen ex-wife, Larsa. She all over the place. Look at these Kim Kardashians. You just have to find the right type of woman who you see, regardless of her skin color, regardless of her age, who carries herself like a woman. You have to find a woman that's qualified for you. Don't let all these guys tell you about what kind of women you need to stay away from. Because all these guys on YouTube that's preaching to y'all about what type of women y'all need to stay away from, they either aren't getting any women or they are messing with the same women they're telling y'all to stay away from. Because everybody in this YouTube game, y'all are going to find out. Everybody in this YouTube game is not who the hell they say they are. All these pretend to be dating coaches. If you could really see the kind of women they be picking up, you'll be disappointed. Everybody is not who they say they are. And these are the same ones who y'all going to support. These are the ones who y'all super chat. People like me, people like Red Supreme. You got people out here cooking real knowledge. Y'all don't support us. Y'all don't super chat us. Y'all don't always catch our live streams. Y'all don't have our live streams lit. Anybody could dress up, and this is not to disrespect anybody, and I don't mean this to be funny, and I'm not knocking nobody for what they do. Anybody could dress up the part. That don't mean they playing it. Anybody could dress up, be well dressed. That don't mean they know all of what they talking about. You got some people, they just know how to play the game. It's like being a salesman. I could sell a car to you and not even know nothing about the damn car, never even drove the car, but I know how to make it sound so good where you'll swear I owned that car before. And what you have to realize, YouTube has become the new playground for miserable people. You got a lot of these content creators that are on here promoting all type of knowledge they really don't have none about. A lot of these people are not living none of what they preaching to y'all on Facebook. On YouTube. They're telling you how you can get any kind of woman. You go in their real life, they ain't getting half of the women they telling y'all they could get, that y'all need to get. You got some females telling you what kind of men you need to get, what type of man you need to have in your life. You meet them in person, they don't have none of that. And another thing is, a lot of these content creators I mentioned before, they live so much of their life on YouTube because they don't have a life outside of it. Anybody who could upload 5-6 times a day within a week, that's a person with no life. I don't have that time on my hands while I could upload content every day, because I have other things outside of YouTube. I have a real social life. A lot of these content creators, they don't have any friends. Nobody even really bubbles with a lot of these people y'all promote and y'all support, because they have a nasty attitude behind closed doors off of YouTube. A lot of them, their family don't deal with them, their friends don't deal with them. A lot of them, they got to make YouTube their life. They got to upload every day because they have no real life outside of YouTube. Thank you, Detorion, for the $5 donation. I appreciate you, Detorion. You always support me. You always cash and apping me. Thank you, Detorion. I appreciate you, sir. Y'all are going to find out. All of these people y'all are so die hard for. All of these people y'all supporting on YouTube. A lot of them do not have your best interests. A lot of them do not, they're not really preaching what they're promoting to y'all. They making money off of y'all buying their books. They can make money off of y'all, subscribing to their membership. They steady making money off of y'all, and at the same time, they are putting up a facade. It done got so bad to the point, hell, you don't even have to show who you are anymore. It's people getting big and they ain't even camming up no more. Who does that? How did people start getting big and you don't even have to cam up anymore? Well, where did that start happening at? People just got to get avatars and they can get big overnight. Where they do that at? But that's a subject for another time. I said, "What's up, Sadia?" Sadia says, "I want to know why men complain about women they don't like or wouldn't mess with, but be the main ones giving those type of women attention." I think a lot of it has to do with one thing about men, where men different from women. Men know how to keep certain women in a certain position. For instance, a man has that one woman who he knows that's wife material. He could bring around his friends. He could bring around his family. He knows that's a woman that's worth investing in. Then he has the other woman. Yeah, he'll give her attention. He may even creep with her every once in a while, but he knows in his mind and he knows in his heart that's not the woman he can really be with like that. It may be something about her that he may like. He may just like her company. He may just like how she put it down in the bedroom. He may just like that. She is there for them when he do need a listening ear, somebody to vent to. But other than that, it really goes both ways. Well, before I could say that, oh, Jason just said it. It really goes both ways. Um, you have a lot of men and women who are always complaining about a certain man or woman they don't like, but those are the ones who they give attention to. It's sad because a lot of us are attracted to what's not good for us. That's the truth of the matter. A lot of us are not attracted. We're attracted not good. Was not good for us. For instance, a man may meet two. For instance, a man may meet two different women. One may be a little on the heavy side, but she's pretty. She knows how to cook. She knows how to clean. She knows how to handle her business, and she's a real woman. Now, it may be another woman on the other hand. She's beautiful, got a bad body, but can't cook, can't clean, nothing womanly about her other than she knows how to dress and she knows how to put down in the bedroom. Yeah, in some instances, you'll have most guys, they'll go for the attractive female that's not that good of a quality as far as woman wife material, but because he looks good and she looks eye candy, he ain't about to be with this other chick even though she's wife material. But the fact that she's on the heavy side, she doesn't work out, she doesn't take really good care of her body, he's not want to be seen with her. But you got women who also do it. You got some women who like the thugs, who like the rough dudes. They love that bad boy. Meet another guy who's a simple guy, who's a gentleman, who's not all about that thug life. He just wants to own a business and make something of himself. She don't want that. I always say it depends on the mindset of the individual. I can't speak for other women, but I knew at the age of 19 I wanted to be a wife. It didn't take me 8, 9 baby daddies later for me to figure that out. I knew I wanted to be a wife at 19. And a lot of women do not believe me when I tell the story. A lot of guys don't believe me to the story. But I did most of my clubbing. I had all my partying. I did that when I was like 18, 19. No, I lied. I'll say when I was about 21, I knew I wanted to be a wife. My apologies. I knew I was 20, about 20. I'll say, yeah, 20. 20, I knew I wanted to be a wife. A lot of females, they don't know if they want to be a wife till they get in their 30s. 8, 9 kids later. For me, I partied. I did that when I was 18. I did that when I was 19 because I wasn't a young mother. I wasn't a teen mom. So I got all my partying out the way. I got to live my life as a teenager. I got to have fun. So by the time I was ready to settle down early because I did everything early. So I'm 41 now. So I was ready. I knew I was ready to be wife material right then and there. I did the club thing. It wasn't worth for me. It wasn't worth it to me. I dated guys when I was 19, before I met my husband in my 20s. I realized that was not the life for me. I did not want to keep meeting all kind of dudes. I wanted one guy that I could kick it with, have a child from the rest of my days. I didn't want that because I seen what too many other black women around me went through. I didn't want 3, 4, 5 different baby daddies. I wanted a husband. I did not want a baby daddy. I wanted a husband. It depends on the mindset of the individual and the maturity and what you've gone through. Certain things that you go through in your childhood, it makes you older before your time. Me, I grew up in a household with other siblings. I had to keep my siblings all the time, so that made me not want any children because I had to babysit my siblings a lot. It was 4 of us. I had to keep my siblings all of the time. So me growing up in that environment, seeing what it was like having to take care and tend to little ones, that was the best thing that ever could have happened to me because that is what prevented me from having a bunch of children myself. So even though at the time I hated it, now I can respect it because had it not been for that, I could have ended up in this situation with other women having 4 or 5 kids of my own. But because I experienced having to be responsible for them at a young age, I didn't want a house full of them. So it depends on your mindset. It depends on what you've gone through, and it depends on your maturity level. Um, people don't always want. People don't always choose what's best for them. They want to choose what looks good to them. And until you really get to the mature place in life where you realize, you know what, I'm older. I don't care about what kind of car you driving. I don't care about how good you look. I need somebody that's going to be good for my spirit. If people will start choosing people more on their spirit versus on their bank account and versus on how they look, you will have better chances of getting a fulfilling relationship. Now, I'm not saying go out there and get you an obese woman because she's a good woman. Of course, you want a woman that's going to take care of themselves. You want a man that take care of themselves. But you have to realize too, your type is not always. You're not going to always be their type. And a lot of people don't agree with that, Detorion, but I agree with that. Women 18 through 24 do need to get married. They really do, because at that point in time, you are still maturing. You're in process of still being molded. By the time a woman gets 30, 40, she's already molded. There's no molding. I don't think a woman should wait till she get that old to start getting married. But you have some people who disagree that feel like no young woman needs to get married that young. She needs to be living her life. She needs to be out there partying. She needs to be out there. Yeah, but these are the same females who got 8, 9 baby daddies by the time they even get 25. My thing is, if you're going to party and do all of this and run the streets, you better off at locking in and getting married. If you're going to have 8, 9 kids, at least have them all from one man or one woman. Don't be going around here spreading seeds like coronavirus, spreading kids all over the place, having them from different people. Same thing with you men, guys going around here having multiple children for multiple women. All your kids are not being raised in the same household. That can be a disadvantage because you may have 2, 3 trifling ass baby moms out of 5 of them that really teach your kids something, and the other 3 do. It's better to have all your children under one household so you see how they being raised. All this spreading kids all over town. And my thing is, one baby mama is bad enough. What will possess some of these black men to have 3, 4, 5 baby mamas is bananas to me. One black woman could be too much by itself. So why y'all want to go and have 3 and 4 of them to really ride your coattail? I don't understand that. If you're gonna go through hell and back, you better off going through it with one female, let alone 3 and 4 of them. Yeah, it's the high, exactly, King, and I can agree with that. It's the highest bidder. It's whoever has the most money. But this is the thing: these women get with these kind of dudes, and then they find out it ain't all what they thought it was. Yeah, you ran after him for the money, but that's all he good for is money. He don't never want to get the kid. He don't never want to take the child nowhere. All he knows how to do is give you money and keep it moving. So sometimes you got to be careful when you do things maliciously, because it could come back and backfire on you. You go after men for his money. You go after a man to secure the bag. Okay, you find out that's all he gonna do. All he gonna do is give you money. He's not gonna commit to you. He's not gonna be a husband. Eventually, you're gonna get tired of the money. You're gonna want something more. You're gonna want him to marry you. You're gonna want him to have a home with you. You're gonna want something more fulfilling. But no, because you ran after the dollar bill, that's all he gonna give you is the dollars and nothing more. So anyway, I felt like I had chatted long enough on this. I know I talked about several things, but y'all know I don't go live as much as I used to. So when I do go live, I end up covering a lot of different things. But I'm a definitely, before I shut things down, to a lot of y'all who are subscribers, make sure y'all start supporting the people who really genuinely share knowledge that's of benefit to the Black community. It's not enough content creators as myself, and it's a lot of them out there who are underground. We're not big, because you don't see 200 people in here litting up the chats. You don't see people super chatting 100, $200, $300. So you automatically turn away from certain content creators because you don't see they chat room lit. You don't see a large amount of subscribers. You know what I'm saying? But if you even think about it, everybody who's been in the hood and knows the hood, it's always that hole in the wall restaurant that gives the best food. You ever think about that? The places that got the most raggediest restaurants got the best food. Okay, there's always those hole in the wall restaurants. I remember there was this one restaurant in Carolina, I mean straight raggedy, called Duke's Barbecue. Okay, outside the building, the paint job looked terrible. The roof needed to be redone. I mean, I didn't see a whole bunch of customers lined up. I almost didn't go in that restaurant. Me and my husband was traveling through, and I was like, I want to stop somewhere and get something to eat. And I'm like, this hole in the wall place, I mean, the building was raggedy. The sign on the building looked like it was older than my grandmother. But I tell you, when I went in there, the food was slamming. The food, the macaroni and cheese, the fried chicken, the damn sweet candied yams. I mean, it was a mom and pop's joint, okay? And it was an old white man and an old white woman who was the owners of the spot. When I say that food was fresh to death, I was like, damn. I was like, you go to these fancy restaurants, they food be nasty as hell. I went to Bonefish Grill. Bonefish Grill is kind of expensive. It's somewhat on the level of Roof Chris, but not quite. I can't speak for everybody else, but if I go to a restaurant and I got to flip your menu 3, 4 times and it's only one page, evidently you don't have nothing I want. This place was exotic. It had new chairs, new tables. The atmosphere was beautiful, lit candles, beautiful glass tables, but the food was hella nasty. And it had the audacity to come out to damn near be $65 for one person. And all I ordered was some water. I didn't even order a damn glass of wine or nothing. Oh, y'all charge for refills on water? The place was straight trash. The food was garbage. And it was $65. So I use that as an analogy, like, what's up, Jerome? Don't judge a content creator based on the views, because a lot of these subscribers, a lot of them be going places that topics be trash, but they go there because they know it's gonna be a lot of drama. You know what I'm saying? I apologize. My channel don't have a lot of drama, so y'all looking for fights or something over here. You looking for people to argue. This ain't going to be a fun place for y'all to be at. I'm gonna just be frank with you. I don't do a lot of that over there. I'll go solo. Every once in a while, I'll do a panel with my girls or whatever. But for the most part, I go solo. It takes a lot of work to go solo and be able to run a content going into an hour and in 55 minutes by yourself. Anybody could get on a platform with 5 or 6 other people. And some people got to do that because some people don't have their own personality. A lot of people cannot shine by themselves. They have to have an entourage. They got to have 8, 9 other people on the platform with them to make it interesting, to keep the show going. Me, on the other hand, I roll solo, and it's a lot of us. If you take the time to really stop by, you got people like Red Supreme. He does his content by himself. He's not on there with 8, 9 clowns, and they're all going toe to toe. They all having a black woman bash fest. And I'm not just gonna get on the guys. You got some of these women, a lot of these women channels, they got 8, 9 females on there, all going in about one female. They mad with another female who they done fell out with. It's just, YouTube has become a playground for miserable people. There's a lot of miserable people on here who don't have people that like them in real life. So they got to come on YouTube to get fame and recognition. Half of the people y'all listen to on YouTube, if y'all met them in person or y'all knew the people who knew them in person, you wouldn't even want to subscribe to them. Once you really find out how they really are, when you log off of their channel, some of these people got bad attitudes. They don't know how to talk to people. They nasty. They hateful and mean spirited. A lot of these content creators, that's why they get so much shine on YouTube, because in their own personal life, a lot of people don't rock with them like that. Me, you're not going to catch me on YouTube every day. I got real family. I got real friends. I got life outside of YouTube. King Boss says a bald-headed person can't tell you how to grow hair, and a single person can't tell you how to keep a relationship. Oh my goodness, King Ball. You is wrong as 2 left shoes, but you definitely spoke the truth. That is the truth, man. Y'all listening to people that's giving y'all knowledge that's not even qualified. But because they know how to be well dressed, they know how to talk smooth, they know how to talk a good game, they know how to roast people, they know how to heckle, they know how to, put on this performance, they overly animated. Those are the ones y'all go and support. But anyway, I thank each and every one of y'all for rocking out with me and supporting me. This is your girl, your diva knowledge lady Mocha. For those of you who are interested in cable, if you would like cable services, I got over 11,000 channels on my cable app. If you're interested in cable, you be sure to email me at Cafe de Paris 79 or whatever. If you're interested in getting a cable service, email me about it. I can connect your cable within 10 minutes as long as you got an Amazon Fire Stick. So if you want that cable, plus I got free pay-per-view events, I can give y'all the hookup. You can have cable tonight, brand new cable tonight. 11,000 channels. That's like 8, 9 HBOs. That's like 15 stars, 12 Cinemaxes. I got the hookup. So if y'all want that cable, hit me up. For those who want to donate to my brand and my movement, cash at me at Diamond Girl. Also, today's content, if it doesn't apply, you don't have to reply. Let it fly. Also, this content has been brought to you by the No Fuckery Zone, promoting knowledge, not garbage, in the Black community. So again, I definitely want to thank all of y'all for supporting me throughout this journey. It's definitely been pleasant. I thank y'all for all the love. And some of y'all are coming into my congregation very late. I see you creeping into the very back pew. I see you creeping into the back, but you late because I'm getting ready to shut it down. Getting ready to exit the congregation, y'all. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate the support. Y'all take care. Have a blessed one. This is Lady Mocha getting ready to sign off.